Speak Up English, the key to success.
Hey Linda, I've been thinking about our upcoming job interviews. How do you feel about speaking English confidently during interviews?
Oh, I know what you mean, John. It can be nerve-wracking, especially if English isn't your first language.
Exactly. But you know what they say, practice makes perfect. Have you tried any techniques to make speaking English easier during interviews?
Well, I find it helpful to prepare responses to common interview questions in advance. That way, I feel more confident during the actual interview.
That's a great idea. Linda, I've been doing the same thing. I've been practicing my answers to questions like, tell me about yourself, and why are you interested in this position?
Smart move, John. It's also important to speak slowly and clearly during interviews. That helps ensure that your interviewer can understand you well.
Absolutely. And don't forget about body language. Making eye contact and using hand gestures can also help convey confidence and professionalism.
True, John. And you know what they say, laughter is the best medicine, even in interviews. Sometimes, a little humor can break the ice and make the conversation more relaxed.
You're spot on. Linda, humor can definitely lighten the mood and help build rapport with the interviewer.
So, let's keep practicing and remember to stay calm and confident during our interviews. With a bit of preparation and the right mindset, speaking English in interviews can become second nature to us.
Linda, I was wondering, do you have any tips for improving English fluency specifically for job interviews?
Well, John, one thing I find helpful is to practice mock interviews with a friend or family member. It helps me get used to speaking English in a professional setting.
That's a great idea. I've been doing that too. It really helps to simulate the actual interview experience.
Also, listening to podcasts or watching videos related to interview skills in English can be beneficial. It exposes us to different interview scenarios and helps us learn new vocabulary.
I agree. I've been tuning into some English interview podcasts, and they've been quite informative.
Another thing I find useful is recording myself during mock interviews. It allows me to listen back and identify areas where I can improve, like pronunciation or grammar.
That's a smart technique. Linda, I'll give it a try myself. It's important to identify areas for improvement and work on them consistently.
Definitely, John. And remember, it's okay to make mistakes during interviews. What matters most is how we handle them and keep moving forward.
Absolutely, Linda. Making mistakes is all part of the learning process. As long as we stay positive and keep practicing, we'll continue to improve our English speaking skills for job interviews. Linda, do you have any specific strategies for managing nerves during English job interviews?
Oh, definitely, John. One thing I do is practice deep breathing exercises before the interview. It helps calm my nerves and keeps me focused.
That sounds helpful. I'll give it a try. I've noticed that staying calm and collected can really make a difference in how well I communicate during interviews.
Absolutely. Another tip is to visualize success. Before the interview, I imagine myself speaking confidently and articulately in English. It helps boost my confidence.
Visualizing success sounds like a powerful technique. I'll incorporate that into my preparation routine as well.
Also, remember to speak slowly and clearly during the interview. Sometimes nerves can make us rush. But taking our time ensures that we're understood and can express ourselves effectively.
Good point. Linda, speaking slowly and clearly can make a big difference, especially when English isn't our first language.
And finally, John, don't forget to smile. A warm and friendly demeanor can go a long way in making a positive impression during the interview.
Thanks for the reminder, Linda. A smile can definitely help create a welcoming atmosphere. I'll keep that in mind.
No problem, John. Just remember to stay positive and believe in yourself. You've got this.
Thanks, Linda. Your advice is really valuable. I feel more confident already just by talking about it.
I'm glad to hear that, John. Remember, practice makes perfect. The more you prepare and rehearse, the more comfortable you'll feel during the actual interview.
Absolutely. I'll make sure to practice speaking English in different scenarios, like answering common interview questions and talking about my work experience.
That's a great idea, John. Role-playing with a friend or family member can also help simulate the interview environment and give you feedback on areas to improve.
I'll definitely give that a try. Having someone to practice with can make the process more fun and interactive.
Exactly. And don't forget to review common interview phrases and vocabulary in English. It'll help you feel more prepared and confident during the interview.
Good point, Linda. I'll start brushing up on my English vocabulary right away. Thanks for all your help and encouragement.
Anytime, John. We're all in this together. Just remember, you're capable of achieving great things. And your English skills will only continue to improve with practice and dedication.